The rain poured relentlessly for hours. Ethan Walker, a 34-year-old single father, stood in the dimly illuminated emergency room lobby, his plaid jacket soaked, clinging tightly to his weary frame. In his trembling arms, his 8-year-old son Noah wheezed faintly, cheeks flushed with a burning fever. Each labored breath seemed a fierce struggle, as if life itself demanded Noah's unwavering courage. "Please," Ethan murmured softly to the nurse at the reception desk, "my son needs urgent care." The nurse offered a brief, heartfelt nod and gestured toward a waiting wheelchair. "Take him to room 3. The on-duty pediatrician will see him shortly." Ethan gently settled Noah into the crisp hospital bed, brushing damp, curling locks from his son's fevered brow, surrounded by the steady beeping of monitors and the sharp, sterile scent of antiseptic. The scene felt achingly familiar. Noah had been frail since birth, his lungs underdeveloped, his immune system fragile. Medical bills towered endlessly, jobs slipped away like sand. Yet Ethan never once considered surrender. His son was his entire world. He paced the confined room, fingers raking through his sodden hair, whispering silent prayers. He had no inkling that the next fleeting moments would transform everything. The door creaked open softly. Ethan froze, heart pounding. A tall woman in a pristine white coat, mid-30s, stood in the doorway, her eyes widening with the same shock coursing through his chest. "Ethan," she said, her voice trembling with emotion. "Ethan Walker?" He blinked, stunned. Dr. Laura Bennett. Their gazes locked, time collapsing in an instant. Laura was the woman he had loved fiercely, recklessly, a love so profound it never fully faded. 15 years ago, they were high school sweethearts in a quiet Ohio town. After graduation, she left for medical school, while he stayed behind to care for his dying mother. They vowed to stay connected. Life, inevitably, had other plans. "Is this your son?" she asked, stepping forward cautiously. Ethan nodded, his throat tight with unspoken feelings. "Noah, he's struggling terribly." Without hesitation, Laura's demeanor shifted to calm, precise focus as she examined the boy. High fever, shallow breathing, likely a severe respiratory infection. "We'll need diagnostic tests, fluids, possibly oxygen support." Ethan stepped back, his heart racing, not only from fear for Noah, but from the overwhelming rush of the past flooding back. Hours crawled by. Noah was transferred to a pediatric observation unit. Laura worked tirelessly through the night, coordinating his treatment with unwavering care, rarely leaving his bedside. Her face, now older yet somehow gentler, carried the quiet resilience of someone who had faced her own battles. At 3 a.m., Ethan found the courage to speak. They sat outside Noah's room, clutching lukewarm hospital coffee. "You're truly remarkable," he said softly, voice thick with admiration. "I always knew you'd save lives." She smiled, exhausted but warm. "And you, raising him alone through all this?" He nodded slowly. "His mother left when he was 3 months old. Said she wasn't made for this life. I couldn't afford bitterness. Noah needed me." Laura's eyes glistened with unshed tears. "You've always had such incredible strength." He looked away, the moment feeling too vast, too fragile to hold. The next morning, Noah opened his eyes and offered Laura a weak, radiant smile. "You're kind," he whispered, voice frail. She chuckled softly. "You're quite the charmer, even on oxygen." As days passed, Noah's condition steadily improved. Laura kept visiting, bringing puzzles, storybooks, and a plush stuffed bear. Ethan watched, heart swelling, as she effortlessly slipped into Noah's world. One evening, as they sat by Noah's bed watching cheerful cartoons, Noah glanced between them and asked, "Dad, are you going to marry her?" Ethan sputtered on his water. Laura burst into laughter, but neither denied it. Weeks later, Ethan stood in the hospital parking lot, Noah beaming beside him, clutching a bright balloon. Laura joined them, her coat draped over her arm. "Life's strange," she said softly. "It pulls you far apart, only to bring you back together." Ethan nodded, hope flickering. "This time, maybe we hold on tighter." She smiled, her hand finding his. "Maybe we do." As the three walked into the fading afternoon sunlight, it wasn't just Noah healing, they all were. Moral: life's hardest moments often unveil the greatest wonders. Acts of compassion, love, and second chances can heal deep scars and forge beautiful new beginnings.